Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Resonance of Fate. We're just starting into chapter 4 now. So we're going to overwrite our saved data. And at the moment our levels are looking pretty good, pretty balanced. We love that for us. Vashron's running a little bit behind, but we can certainly catch him up lickety-split.
Jean Paulet. That name sounds familiar.
He's the one who commissioned the statue from Garigliano.
Uh-huh.
Come on. Let's go see what Cardinal Jean Paulet needs doing.
Zephyr with black hair is just working. He is working and living life. So this tiny world is the name of this chapter. And I think you guys, from following the playlist, can know the checklist of what we're doing. We are talking to Pater, who is outside our house again.
What's that?
But we are going to collect missions. We are going to go to the arena and rank up to rank star in the new rounds that we have. And then we're going to do the missions, and then we're going to do the main quest. Rinse and repeat. But today's missions actually involve the clothes shop. So we have the broken sewing machine. We have to beat an enemy to collect a new sewing machine. We have to beat the rebels back a second time. And then All Natural Meat is actually collecting meat for Lex, the guy who forgot his knives in earlier chapters. So again, we're reconnecting with all these similar NPCs and following out their story. So we buy clothes, as is our custom. And then Miranda says that there are enemies that are near the power plant on the 4th floor. Now, here is where I took on a specific challenge and I ended up in a little bit of trouble because, as you can see, we can't escape from this battle and I was in a bit of bother. But right now we just need to use everything that we have. So that's incendiary rounds with metallic rounds, which means you do more damage to armor. But as you can see, this guy is level 48, huge level disparity here. And right now we're just trying to make a really big triangle that we can. But thankfully that guy is on fire, so we're doing damage there. But Leanne takes serious damage from the other two duelists. And so what we need to basically do is make sure that we have our hollow point rounds on now for our organic friends, and just hope to God that we can just KO these guys. We just have one guy left over. And again, we're trying to make sure that we regain our hero gauges so we don't end up in critical condition. Now we're back to full. But the problem with the dolled up guy is that he recovers scratch damage very, very quickly. So the fact that I didn't jump there was actually a massive error on my part. But once I can hit the guy from his unarmored place, we should be able to get a good amount of HP damage in. And Liana's leveled, so she's now fully healed. So this is kind of where we have a big issue, not issue, but a big deal with trying to balance when we level, how we level, things like that. And then Liam was too close, so she got hit as well with that body slam attack. And now we have to lose our resonance, which is super annoying. But we just need to make sure this guy is whittled down, and but yeah, I lost this multiple times. I thought I'd have to restart the whole thing. But if I can get... Oh, you see, I should have just ran and not jumped, because Leanne is literally about to be KO'd, so that is the last thing we need. But hopefully we can just skedaddle away. And now we've inflict burns, that's good.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Zephyr can take it just about. And now we've like, oh, and this is where it gets tricky. Now we've like, oh, okay. So hopefully we'll get a level up from Vacheron. We might get another hero point if we can break something. But I have a funny feeling we're at the wrong angle, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh no. And we're so close. And now we're in critical condition, but because of the incendiary round, it's damaged enough that I think if Zephyr can get an attack, and on the very last bullet, we make it. We get a bridal doll, so that's actually a collectible for the item shop, or the weapon shop, but that wasn't even part of the mission. These 3 exclamation points are the 3 groups of thugs that we have to like beat down. So after that previous encounter, these are a piece of cake. So just defeat the 3 different exclamation points there, and we are well on our way to finishing up this mission. So keep in mind, you're going to want your machine gunner to do all the scratch damage, and you see those green hexes? We are going to be hunting them down. But just by the Hughes power station, these aren't the enemies we need, but it's in one of these exclamation points you should run into a tank enemy basically, and here it is. And so with this one, you're going to basically want to install tri-attacks. So just run Leanne to one side, run Vacheron to a different side, and then have a tri-attack down, and you'll be well able to beat this enemy. And you get this Berserk Motor, which is basically what you give to the seamstress to help her fix the sewing machine. But we find Lex here in his chef outfit, and he's looking for us to source quality meat. Now, yeah, look for the Dwellist, PTSD back to the like bridal doll there, but we need to fight other Dwellists until we get the quality meat drop. So that's not exactly hard. It's around the area of the Forest of Idols we can find Dwellists. But if we just give back the motor to the seamstress here, we finish off our quest and get a very nice accessory for our guns here. So, no, an accessory for our characters rather. But yeah, keep on with the arena. Don't let that slide, because you will just have to go for like tons of battles there, which is just stressful. But as you can see in that battle there, we ended up collecting the quality meat, so that's brilliant. Run back to Lex, hand over the portion of quality meat, and don't want to think about the fact that they're eating those massive monsters. Seems kind of gross. But this guy comes with a nice upgrade of 4 extra bullets to our handgun. And yeah, just make sure you're kind of optimizing, you know, so the rookie sight there, yeah, not that great when you compare it to the compact scope. So, you know, just make sure you're interchanging and putting the best equipment you can there. And this again is just another example of the importance of fighting those little red hexes, because once we finish with this little guy who like has tons of really cool items, if you like break apart his armored like backpacking, you know, he's really good for like looting items from, and has good hit points to like be a good EXP sponge. And we get another bezel shard and quality meat again, so it's just another source potentially of that. But going to our main quest now.
Wow.
What in the world?
We have our lovely statue.
Gariliano spoke very highly of you. I'm looking forward to working together. Jean Paulet, at your service. Aw, it's you, the model for my statue. I knew it a single glance.
Ah, it is sublime.
I'm glad to hear you like it. Cardinal Gariliano has given us lowly mortals a glimpse of the divine. Buxom and charming, as a true goddess should be, n'est-ce pas? Oh God above! I'm unworthy of knowing such happiness! Now, if you don't mind, I'll leave you to see the transport of the statue. Good luck with that.
One thing before you go.
What might that be?
Just what's going on inside of this thing?
Ah, you have a discerning eye, mon ami. Why not take a look for yourself, eh?
Don't mind if I do.
I don't think so. Ugh.
Pussy!
What's so special about this anyway?
It inspires him. I'm telling you, you should be honored.
I still don't get it. God above! My butt. Ugh.
If believing in something makes him happy, who's it hurt?
Okay, so where does that leave people who don't believe?
Faith brings order. Order brings stability. There's something to be said for that.
And I thought all you believed in was money.
Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about society in general. What I believe.
Maybe I'm beyond salvation.
So the story mission here is about protecting the idol. So every step you take moves the idol along on its little journey, and basically people can attack the idol and bring its HP to 0, and if that happens you fail the quest.
What's with the cart?
But we got ropey in certain situations,
Lovely Leanne, even if it
but
means our lives.
all in all
What about when she's not?
we just gotta make sure we keep them targeting ourselves. And then we have to kind of run around in circles because the cart has to be at the like little blue area, so just run in circles until the cart like shimmies along. But yeah, it's not very difficult. Like the vast majority of cases are fine. The only issue is when you have, you know, the enemies are targeting the statue way more than they're targeting us.
Is it me, or does the cardinal have some odd tastes?
Quiet. You want to be struck down from above. The client is always right.
These guys are the biggest challenge. The bazooka guys, they just do tons of damage if you don't like take them out quickly enough. As you can see by the current HP of our little statue. Now the tricky thing, and what I probably should have done, was grind up in the arena for long enough that I had 50,000 rubies, because that's what you need to retry this event at like a certain stage and like fully heal the statue. But because I couldn't, I had to redo 1 or 2 stages, and like the statue did break. But we go on to the next area, and this is where just pick a target, the gas barrel, kill the gas barrel, and end all these mannequins. Don't let it come anywhere near the target there. So, kaboom!
I hope it's something useful.
Very simple. And then here we have another monstrosity of mannequin mayhem in our next boss fight. But to be honest, we're kind of lucky insofar as, you know, all our gang are fairly decently leveled. Like, we're in the mid 20, you know, we're 25, 26. Like, that's just the importance of swapping your weapons around and like getting your overall level as high as you can with the minimum amount of XP. Because obviously, if you were just keeping everyone on their same one singular weapon, like, you might only be level 15, 14 because you're missing out on those 8 or 9 or 10 other levels from your machine gun being increased or your grenades being increased. So the fact that we're balancing it out means that you know, our overall level is higher when our weapon skill, you know, isn't getting overtaxed. We have another monstrosity with like a massive chainsaw, and the worst thing is that they just go straight for the idol and try and destroy it. So we just need to either do scratch damage enough to the boss itself, or like do machine piercing damage to the big massive chainsaw so that it doesn't break the statue to pieces instantly. But we have Vastron here, and we're just going to go for hitting the main body and just get a big tri-attack going. And like you see there, like huge damage, but we just can't let that boss monster actually reach the idol. It is no bueno. And here it's charging up an attack. Oh god. It's throwing, you see now it's throwing oil on the thing, so it'll take more damage from fire. So we just need to like destroy the boss now. And that's just where your priorities come. So with like another bezel piece, and since we've been like hunting those other areas for those special fights, we get an extra hero gauge. And I will chat to you after this cutscene.
What's something that's enormous and yet insignificant all at the same time?
Huh?
Think about it. Just the two of you.
Does God feel anything? Why doesn't he save the people who deserve it? If they're dead, it must be because that's what he wanted to happen, right? There aren't any miracles anymore. So what's there to believe in? Will he still judge me as one of his children?
Enormous and insignificant at the same time.
guys would have it a whole lot easier if it weren't for me. Answer? The worlds in which we live.
A real flower petal.
See the world through one pair of eyes, you miss out on what everyone else sees.
Where do you think it came from?
There. That's it. That's the important thing. Never forgetting the possibilities.
Vacheron? Have you ever been beyond this world?
Can't say I have.
But what about your possibilities?
Could you jump off this balcony? Well?
Well, no.
Why not?
There wouldn't be any point. Not now.
Uh-huh. Because the world isn't big enough. Am I right?
Sure, but so what if it is?
Huh. I'll jump off right here and now!
Hey, hold it! You moron! Are you ever gonna grow up?
I'm out of here.
One of these days, you'd better learn to look before you leap. Think things through for once.
But I wouldn't even be here if he hadn't leapt before he looked. Hey, wait up!
So, since we've done all the missions so far, we get like an extra machine gun ammo case, which is super, super nice. But that's this episode done, really. We've done the arena, we've done the main quest, we've done all the side quests. So, that's brilliant. Well done on us. We're just going to save and watch the final cutscene. But it's interesting how much like they're kind of talking about themselves needing salvation and God and all these like perennial existential questions. But we'll leave ourselves to the post-chapter cutscene of more craziness from the upper echelons of this society. Talk to you next time.
Our research has entered its final stages. I thought it time to make the key.
What key?
The key to Zenith. It will be in your keeping, so if there's something you'd like me to use, tell me now. I'd be happy to oblige. Ah, the ring. What could be more fitting? Rowan. There's no one who believes in you more than I do. You must know that. If I didn't, I would never have revealed the truth to you. Let me be perfectly clear this once. We're evil men who revel in our vainglory.
I know that. One a year. For 20 years. I'll never forget the innocence in their eyes.